Thank you for joining me, everyone. Following on from yesterday's article about a double murder by a Satanist, I'd like to bring your attention to an Argus report dated 28th of October. Detective on horror of catching sadistic killer Lewis Ashdown. I just want to express my concerns for society. A lot of people say it's the far right, it's the anti-Semitic, it's the fundamental Christians that present the most clear and present danger for society. I've come to a different conclusion. It's the sixth column. It's the Satanists that harbour the biggest fear for all of us. The detective responsible for catching an evil teenager who stabbed his friend 107 times has described the attack horrendous. Lewis Ashdown took advantage of his victim's trust and friendship before violently murdering him, filming it on his film. Can you imagine that? This is what's happening with this culture we've nurtured and created over the last generation or two. Mark Williams thought he was simply out enjoying an evening with a friend when he was killed. The horrific evilness in that sentence is oozing, and it's very distressing to read. Ashdown was today jailed for life with a minimum of 27 years. Senior Investigating Officer Detective Chief Inspector Emma Vickers said, "This was a horrendous and unprovoked attack on a young man who thought he was simply out enjoying an evening with a friend." Lewis Ashdown took advantage of Mark's trust and friendship and killed him in a sustained violent assault. Mark's family have behaved with the utmost dignity throughout this case, and our thoughts are very much with them and Mark's friend at this incredibly distressing time. Ashdown, who was 19 at the time, lured Mark to woodland in Fairwarp near Uckfield. Lewis Crown Court heard how he stabbed Mark repeatedly before gouging out his eyes and dumping his half-naked body in a stream. I'm sorry if that upset you, it certainly upset me. Ashdown then went to the cinema to watch The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. And I'd just like to interject here, and this illustrates my point I'm trying to make with this. These Satanists are dangerous, and they're everywhere. I know I'm described as a Satan hunter. Nothing could be further from the truth, because there's no hunting involved. They're there in plain sight, waving their arms around. So if you would like to describe me in that manner, please go ahead and call me a Satanist fighter rather than a Satan hunter. Because Satan certainly isn't killing these people. No, it's the Satanists. It's those mentally ill, deranged idiots who believe that by doing the will of a fictional character, some people say it's real. But either way, a lot of the Satanists don't even believe that Satan is a living being. But yet they're happy to do his bidding. The devil made me do it. A pact with a devil. I mean, talking about Satan hunters, satanic fighters, as I like to rebrand it, poor Jeanette Archer, is she going to be the next one who's being killed by some of these fanatics? I can think off the top of my head at least 5 people who are mad enough and who are fundamental enough and vocal enough to commit an act of murder against another innocent person in the name of Satan. In fact, another name pops up to mind, so that's 6 I thought of straight away. 6 people who are so vocal in calling out the ills in society while at the same time identifying as a Satanist. But these articles are showing us now, and the article yesterday is showing us that the biggest threat to society today are the Satanists. Because what's happening is mentally ill individuals are getting roped in. And we've seen that. I'm not going to name names, but we've seen it. We've seen people come onto YouTube and who haven't dealt with the experience well enough And in doing so, they get lured into the satanic temple. And this is the consequence of this brainwashing, this satanic brainwashing. Carrying on with the article, it says 3 scenes from the film involved murder and multiple stabbings, showing similarities to Ashdown's merciless attack. So even though the article doesn't refer to Ashdown as a Satanist, we can make that inference, can we not? He stabbed his victim, the poor innocent Mark, in the same way as scenes from the film The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. Continue with the article. After his trip to the cinema, Ashdown got drunk and told a friend he had done something terrible before confessing and showing 7 video clips from his phone of Mark before and after death. My God, that is chilling and it's too much for me. Lewis Crown Court heard there was no explanation for the extreme brutality of the sustained and prolonged attack. Well, I can give you an explanation. It's brainwashing by the Satanic Temple. Her Honour Judge Christine Lang QC said, "You killed Mark Williams for some perverted reason of your own, which we may never know or understand, but let me assure you, the Satanists understand. The members of the A9, or is it O9A, Order of the Nine Angles, they understand." Very distressing, and I just wanted to make the point that we live in dangerous times, and the Satanists are making it dangerous. Stay tuned for more, and thank you for listening, and I do apologise for causing any alarm, distress and fear in bringing this information to you.